the North End.
Hello, folks. This is Brian from the North End, and this is my match reaction from the Spurs Leicester 3-0 win that we just witnessed. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That was pretty unbelievable, pretty difficult to watch for the most part. I'm going to get into sort of a little bit of detail, and then, of course, what happened at the end. Everybody, mostly, if you follow football, you would have seen it. Starting in the first half, first of all, Spurs played really well on the front foot, aggressive, getting the ball back, winning the ball back up high, getting in behind their defense, creating a lot. Really frustrating to be fair, to considering I think Harry Kane saved off the line. Harry Kane missed a sitter. Harry Kane hit the crossbar. Davinson Sanchez had an opportunity in the first half, as well as Pima Højbjerg, who was another one saved off the line. Could have been 5-1, but instead we go into halftime at 1-1. Leicester barely saw the ball, barely had anything going forward for the most part. But when they did, they had two shots on goal, two shots and one on goal, and the one goal that they scored from arguably a pretty poor defensive error. Just looking really sloppy at the back, Spurs at the moment, without Eric Dyer and Romero in that three. They just don't look comfortable, and I think any team's going to get at us. And in the opportunity that Leicester had, they did get at us, and scored the goal. And it was an unfortunate situation. Harry Kane responds finally after missing a couple of clear-cut chances that he probably should have scored. Gets really beautiful pass from Harry Winks, I believe it was, in behind the defense, cuts on Soyuncu, puts it off his left foot, and just inside the post. Beautiful goal, wonderful finish, classic Harry Kane. There are a lot of people say Harry Kane's back. I certainly think in this game he looked like, from an energy perspective, that he was giving everything, even more than we've seen in the previous few games. Looking like he really wanted to get that win. Pretty wasteful, though, in front of the net, if I'm honest. A couple other opportunities he had where he could have passed the ball and didn't make the pass, and took a shot from distance and missed. But that's all here and there. Neither here nor there, as in that we go into half at 1-1. Feeling pretty comfortable at this point, other than thinking, they're, if they do get a chance, that our defense might buckle again. And sure enough, Spurs have most of the ball for most of the game. Or most of the second half. I think they brought on Barnes at, let me just check the time on that. Barnes on it in the 75th minute. Barnes comes on, and Barnes assists. To be fair, a wonderful goal. James Maddison pops the goal in. A little bit lucky with the deflection, but the creation there from Barnes was incredible. Great pass. And it's looking all real doom and gloom for Spurs at this point. And I'm just I'm miserable. I'm sitting on my couch. I'm yelling at the TV, trying not to yell too loud. But yelling at the TV nonetheless, incredibly frustrating, really difficult to watch. And of course, again, we still have all the ball, and we're trying to cut them open. We're trying to get in behind. We're trying to do all these things that you need to do to break a team down, especially once they've gone 2-1 up and are going to hold on to try to get that win. Cue the substitution in the 79th minute of Steven Bergwijn. Steven Bergwijn comes in on the 79th minute. He's doing okay. A bit of a shift in the setup. Obviously, we moved to 4 at the back instead of 3, so we had an extra forward going forward. Lucas moves out to the left. Bergwijn plays up more in the middle. Little intricate stuff going on, but losing the ball. Not a heck of a lot here and there. Really frustrating, and thinking, you know what, we're not going to get this over the line. And then, sure enough, in the 95th minute, we're into extra time. The 95th minute. Sorry for keep looking down. I got to just double check things. The 95th minute, Doherty with an assist. It's a little bit of a, gets a great ball into Doherty from, I think it was Harry Winks, but I'm not 100% sure. It could have been Reguilon from the left, crosses it over. Great take from Doherty. And just quickly shout out to Doherty, because he gets a lot of flack, and rightfully so, from Spurs fans. He's not been very good this season. He's not been a good acquisition, but this is the best I've seen him play in a Spurs shirt. He was getting in behind. He was defending well. He was going forward. He looked like the ring back that we bought. So hopefully, maybe either he's in the shop window, we make money off of him, or we get something out of him for the rest of the season. And we have some depth in that position, because Emerson isn't cutting it anyway. Doherty traps the ball, brings it down, gets in behind the defender that's defending him, and it sort of falls to Bergwijn, and Bergwijn slams it in the net. It's 2-2. This is the 95th minute. Oh, and previously to that, about a minute prior to that, he got a yellow card. It arguably could have been a red. He basically shoved Soyuncu to the ground. I think it might have been a red had Soyuncu not been in his face, like goading him. I think that sort of means he got away with it. Had he done that, with maybe if it was just words, he might not have been on the pitch, and there might be some aggrieved Leicester fans. And I would understand it to some extent, but I think had Soyuncu been shut his mouth, and that wouldn't have happened anyway. So a minute later, this goal where Doherty traps the ball, brings it down, pops it in. It's 2-2, and it looks like arguably, we're going to get a draw out of it. And I was losing my shit. I was very happy. Our limbs flying everywhere in my living room. Very, very, relieving to say the least, because this is a massive game, especially for fourth place, where Man United are winning 2-0 at the time. And obviously they're competing for that fourth spot. This puts us above Arsenal. Another massive, talking point when it comes to what this game meant. So 2-2, we get away with a point. Means I think we'd end up being tied with Arsenal at that point. And I'm satisfied because we deserved at least a point from this game. And it's 95th minute. There were 6 minutes given for extra time. And off that kickoff, they give the ball away. They send it down. I think it was Højbjerg in the midfield, pushes it through. Harry Kane pushes it through. Bergwijn in, cuts around the keeper, just slight inside the post, similar to Harry Kane's, pops it inside. It's absolute mayhem. That everybody going bonkers. What a moment. Oh man, I mean, I'm not going to compare it to the Champions League moment, but it's one of those moments that you just don't expect to happen in the final minute of a game, and it just limbs, man, everybody losing their shit. So it was Bergwijn, the hero off the bench, a player that, again, he's been on the periphery this season, not necessarily expected to do a heck of a lot for us, and maybe the chance he's going to Ajax, but if he comes in and performs like that, Conte's going to want to keep him around, and so are Spurs fans, despite many of us thinking he's not good enough. But what a performance! What a substitution! What a 2 minutes of a yellow card and 2 goals. I don't know what you call that, but unbelievable stuff. Really, really, really great performance overall. Just to round this off, I think Spurs probably played the best they played, maybe other than the Liverpool game, for a lot of the game. I would say going forward, obviously defensively with missing some of the players, I wouldn't necessarily think that that's totally the case, but impressive going forward. Lots of wing play, lots of movement on the ball. I love the 3-5-2. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope, I said this on the podcast a few days ago. I want to see Conte play the 3-5-2, because we have more ownership of the ball in the midfield, and we can control the game, and we can press higher, and we can win the ball back. And that's what we did really well in this game. Wonderful performance from Spurs. Finished 3-2 in the death at the death. Unbelievable. Just so much fun. That's why we love football. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Like and subscribe. We'll see you soon. Cheers.
This is the North End.